It's always just a weirdo in a mask.
I don't know, dude. You see his sword? That had serious bad vibes all over it. It's easy to view MultiVersus through a cynical lens, to write it off as a microtransaction-fueled corporate synergy cash grab that pits beloved characters from DC Comics, Looney Tunes, Game of Thrones, and more against each other. But dismissing it like that isn't entirely fair, as MultiVersus is also one of the best-feeling platform fighters out there, with deep gameplay and a unique 2v2 focus that rewards the time you put into mastering it. Unfortunately, yes, it also rewards those who put money into it as well, leaving it an ambitious and well-executed platform fighter that fumbles many of the hooks meant to keep players invested and entertained for the long run. Each character in MultiVersus takes on the role of either bruiser, mage, assassin, or tank, which acts as a suitable guideline when choosing your fighter. Bruisers like Scooby-Doo's best friend Shaggy are typically more straightforward to play as and are great for learning the basics. On the other end of the spectrum, mages such as the Joker or assassins like Stripe from Gremlins tend to have more tricks up their sleeve, like ranged attacks or moves that require some setup, making them very fun to attempt to master. Team-centric moves are a cool wrinkle to consider as well, like Wonder Woman's partner shield buff or Bugs Bunny's ability to dig a quick traveling tunnel that either character on your team can use. Other fighters may not always be team players, but they all still find creative ways to dole out punishment to multiple opponents. For instance, Jason Voorhees traps one of his victims in a sleeping bag and can slam them into their partner for a brutally satisfying 2-for-1 attack. It's a blast queuing for 2v2 battles with a friend, piecing together strategies on the fly, and adding devious new plays to your repertoire.
Here I come!
Whether duking it out in 1v1 or 2v2, MultiVersus shines in a competitive setting, as matches can get as sweaty as they are exciting. Finding the right loadout of equipable perks, while grinding out wins with friends and random players online, can enable fun new strategies too. Standard perks can grant effects like adding armor-shattering capabilities to attacks or increasing the damage your team deals, which can stack with a partner's bonuses when choosing the same perk. Meanwhile, the character-specific signature perks can drastically change how you play. For instance, the Iron Giant's Afterburners perk deploys walls of fire where his blast radius move scorches the ground below. Perks offer a layer of depth and customization that's pleasing to mess around with, and fun to optimize to support your preferred playstyle. Along with the full release of MultiVersus also comes reworked netcode, which so far feels great in most matches, almost like playing in the same room as the opponent. Of course, your results will vary depending on your connection and that of your adversaries, but aside from some rare slowdown or graphical glitches, the vast majority of losses rightfully feel like a skill issue rather than a technical one. Despite achieving a 1.0 release, MultiVersus is actually missing features from its previous beta, including the co-op versus AI mode. While it may return in a future update, this mode's removal does a disservice to introducing new players who are looking to learn the ropes in low-stakes battles. That's a bummer because aside from a couple cool new stages like the city of Townsville and Dexter's Laboratory, which introduce new stage hazards, there isn't anything that instills chaos and fun into play sessions like you'd find in Smash Bros. Item-saturated brawls and transforming stage shenanigans. Sure, it's great to cater to the competitive scene, but what's the point of getting a big, weird cast of characters together if there's not a dumb, fun way to share it with people who don't want to get too serious?
Prepare yourselves!
The best way to goof around is the main PvE mode called Rifts, which has its heart in the right place even if it doesn't initially put its right foot forward. It's a series of fights and other challenges that often add fun mutators. One fight may grant infinite jumps, letting you soar through the air unfettered, while another has you avoiding Joker-themed items raining from the sky. Rifts also throw you into other activities, like makeshift shooting galleries and target-breaking challenges. These new mission types aren't always enjoyable and feel chintzy at times, but they manage to break up the monotony of regular battles enough that it'll be fun to see even more in the future.
Victory!
More consistently enjoyable are the boss battles that cap off each rift. One features a fight against an extra strong Stripe as gremlin eggs spawn other Stripes around the stage, and another is a battle with Joker in a hot air balloon that challenges the cannon shooting skills you acquire from other bonus levels. Both boss encounters are fun and novel, which instills hope more of that style of fight will be sprinkled throughout rifts in the future, rather than being reserved as a treat at the end of a chore. The biggest issue with Rifts, though, lies in its progression system, which is done through collecting and leveling up equipable items called gems. Not to be confused with the character perks you earn and equip in online PvP matches, gems are exclusive to Rifts, and when equipped, provide balance-breaking abilities that would only fly in this PvE mode. Some gems boost basic stats like attack power, while others trigger abilities of characters, like summoning Black Adam's lightning, and each of them make Rift battles easier to manage while making you feel more powerful. Completing Rifts grants new gems and levels up existing ones, which allows you to progress through the single-player events. That is, until the gem leveling becomes time or money gated. That's where the frustration sets in. MultiVersus' various progression systems have proved to be monotonous and at times confusing. For instance, to rank up enough in the current Agent Smith-centric event and earn access to that character early, there's a grind through multiple rifts and their 5 difficulty levels, which are in turn gated by the average level of your gems. Increasing gem levels requires first run-throughs of a rift, missions with daily rewards, or if those methods run dry, you're stuck either waiting for a daily reset, an entirely new rift to become available, or, you guessed it, opening the old wallet and paying real money for Gleamium to buy gem XP. You could just wait until the character releases for the masses and buy him like any other character later, but there are an annoying amount of hoops to jump through for certain rewards. It's especially frustrating when there are free ways to obtain something, but it feels almost like torture not to throw cold hard cash at the problem instead.
Like that's another win for me!
That's just one example of how obtuse MultiVersus is, but there are unfortunately more. The UI buries simple but important menus like profile personalization with new portraits or ring out animations by hiding it in the character select screen. Ongoing events, which should be fun goals to log in for and work toward, are a burden to keep track of and offer meager rewards. Oh boy, Wonder Woman can wear a Batman t-shirt. What could be more exciting? Not to mention, claiming these event rewards requires navigating to a separate tab where you can see quests that need to be completed, which are on yet another tab from where you see your progress in that event. The overcomplication is spread to the in-game currencies as well. Gleamium can buy characters or various cosmetics and bundles in the shop, but by playing and completing quests, you can also earn the aptly named fighter currency and perk currency to spend on the specific category of item they're named after. On the bright side, they are dispensed at a healthy clip, so it doesn't feel like you're grinding for weeks just to unlock Rick Sanchez. Along with these is the prestige currency, which is earned solely by collecting cosmetics and is used to buy even more skins and other personalization items. The economy isn't unmanageable, but it also doesn't feature the simplicity of something like Fortnite's V-Bucks. It makes the traditional premium battle pass model, which also exists in MultiVersus, feel simple and refreshing by comparison. MultiVersus is an entertaining and deep platform fighter, but everything outside of simply jumping into a match as one of the eclectic characters in its cast is tedious. It's worth coming back to experiment with things like Iron Giant's perk build for team play, or learning how to use a new character like Banana Guard to its fullest.
Hello.
But it would be easier to be glued to this game if there were more opportunities to earn memorable variant skins or provide a challenge in increasingly tough PvE battles. Instead, MultiVersus offers days of grinding to earn the opportunity to grind more to attain its most enticing rewards, whether that's the chance to play as an upcoming character sooner or to swag out your favorite fighter. While it's a huge boon that the actual fighting is solid and worth the time to dig into, it's going to take an injection of more fun objectives to complete and more fruitful rewards to make it worth returning to over and over again. For more, check out our reviews of Killer Clowns from Outer Space the Game, or X Defiant, and for everything else, stick with IGN.